Chapter 9 workbook assignments for this week require you to complete numbers 2 and 3 of Part B on page 134. I am going to work through number 1 for you as an example. When you look at this, you have 3 physicians: Dr. Augustino, who's referred to as Dr. A in the fee schedule, Dr. Bruner, who's referred to as Dr. B, and Dr. Charles, who is referred to as Dr. C. And each of them have different scenarios as far as their participating with Medicare. We're going to look at the first one, who is a patient of Dr. Augustino, Audrey Appel. She's covered by Medicare as well as a Medigap policy. Now remember, Medigap is a supplemental policy that will pick up where Medicare leaves off. Medicare will only pay 80% of the allowed charges for Medicare. So either the remaining 20% will have to be paid by the patient, or if they have a supplemental insurance policy such as Medigap, Medigap will step in and pay the 20%, and the patient will not have to pay the additional 20%. Audrey Appel is seen in the office today for an office visit, which is CPT code 90204, and she also has blood drawn for lab tests, which is CPT code 36115. When we go to the fee schedule, here's your scenario for the 3 providers. Dr. A is a participating provider with Medicare. If you're not a Medicare patient, this would be Dr. A's standard fees that she would charge her patients. Dr. B is a non-participating Medicare provider, so this doctor does not participate with Medicare, but does accept assignment, meaning that the Medicare can send the payment directly to the provider. Dr. C is a non-participating Medicare provider and does not accept assignment, which means that the payment is going to go directly to the patient, and the patient has to pay the provider. Now for Doctors B and C, if you're not a Medicare patient, these are their standard fees. Medicare, for the procedures that we're working with in this assignment, this will be Medicare's standard fees. So let's look at how we would go about determining. You have 4 questions in your workbook. What amount Medicare will pay the physician, what amount Medigap will pay, what amount the patient will pay, and what amount is written off. So step 1, we would look at the physician's standard fee. This is to determine if the patient did not have Medicare, how much the patient would have to pay. Now the patient has 99,201, which if that were not a Medicare patient, they would pay $60 for this, or the physician would charge $60. For the blood drawn, 36,415, the standard physician's fee is $17. So the total for this visit for a non-Medicare patient would be $77. And when you look back at the fee schedule, you will see how we arrived at that amount. So this is Dr. A, $60 for 99,204 and $17 for 36,415 for a total of $77. Step 2, we want to determine how much Medicare would charge for these procedures. So Medicare's fee for 99,204 is $48.25 for a Medicare patient, and for 36,415 it's $8 for a Medicare patient. So the Medicare patient would be charged $56.25 for this visit. So here you see 99,204, the charge for Medicare is $48.25, 36,415, the charge for Medicare is $8. Next, we want to look at the amount that Medicare will pay the physician. Medicare only pays 80%. So when we look back, Medicare's total charge is $56.25. So that means that what Medicare will pay will be 80% of that $56.25. The patient does have Medigap, so that means that Medigap is going to pick up the additional 20%. So Medigap is going to pay $11.25, and that is the $56.25 times the 20%. Okay. So this is the Medicare fee, $56.25. We multiply that times 20% to determine what Medigap would pay. Now, if the patient did not have Medigap, the patient would be responsible for this $11.25. The amount the patient will pay will be zero because the patient has Medigap. The amount to be written off will be $20.75. This is the difference between the physician's standard fee and the Medicare fee. The physician's standard fee is $77. The Medicare fee is $56.25. So we are going to subtract the $56.25 from the $77, and $20.75 is what the physician cannot collect. So the physician will write this amount off. Now you have additional assignments, and for those assignments I have given you a worksheet that you can use to complete the assignment. Now, first of all, you have the patient Benny Brown for number 2, and it gives you his scenario. So in determining the answers for the questions for Benny Brown, you can complete this worksheet. Now with this worksheet, I have given you step-by-step instructions. So on lines 1 and 2, you're going to look at the fee schedule on page 134, and you're going to enter the amounts for $99, $213, and $71,020. Now you can use this worksheet, but what I asked you to do when you're getting ready to put in your amounts, just highlight the line that I have there. The amount for $99, $213 for Dr. B would be $40. So just write the $40 there. So each time, just highlight the line and write in your answer, and then you can save the file and you can submit this file to me as your document for this assignment. Okay. So follow the steps, and in red I have put the lines on which you're going to write the answers for those steps. I have done the same thing for number 3. When you put in your answers, just highlight the line and type your answer, and that will prevent the lines from moving around and causing confusion for you. So be sure to do that. And I have also given you step-by-step instructions. I've told you which lines and which steps to refer to. Now when I say refer to a step, I'm referring to the information here. When I refer to lines, I'm referring to the lines up here. So be sure that you understand that. And I put in as many hints as I can to be sure that you are on the right track. So I hope that you will find this helpful as you complete your assignment for this week.